Are you thinking about buying a new pickup truck? Now might be the perfect time, but not for the reasons you think. Picture this. More than 500,000 brand new trucks are sitting on dealer lots gathering dust, while the manufacturers who built them are scrambling to find buyers. What happened to the booming truck market? Why are dealers now offering unheard of discounts and even free perks to close deals? The truth is, the truck market is in crisis, and it's a situation that could benefit you. Overproduction, rising interest rates, and shifting consumer demand have caused a perfect storm. FM manufacturers, desperate to recover from pandemic-era sales losses, ramped up production, but the expected demand simply never materialized. Now trucks are piling up, and dealers are feeling the heat. With no one buying at the expected rate, many are resorting to drastic measures just to clear their inventory. But here's the kicker. This crisis means massive opportunities for buyers like you. Discounts that were once unimaginable are now on the table. Think tens of thousands of dollars off new trucks with 0% financing and even free maintenance for years. The kind of deals that only a few years ago would have seemed like a pipe dream are now a reality. It's a buyer's market, and dealers are competing fiercely for your business. However, there's a catch. The clock is ticking. These deals won't last forever. With the pressure mounting on dealerships and manufacturers, prices could soon start to stabilize or even rise. The window of opportunity is shrinking fast, and if you don't act now, you might miss out on what could be the best time to buy a truck in decades. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why the truck market is in turmoil, how dealerships are handling the crisis, and most importantly, how you can take advantage of the current situation. From the rise of electric trucks to the massive surpluses of traditional models, we'll give you the inside scoop on the best buys out there. We'll also look at the most popular truck models, like the Ram 1500, Ford F-150, and GMC Sierra, and show you where the real deals are hiding. And for those thinking of going electric, we'll explain why now might just be the best time to make the switch to something like the Ford F-150 Lightning. Whether you're a contractor in need of a reliable workhorse or just someone who loves the power and prestige of a great pickup, you won't want to miss what we have in store. So stay tuned as we dive into the truck market crisis and help you make the most of this unprecedented opportunity. Trust me, this is a story you won't hear from the salespeople, only here where we give you the inside track on how to save big on your next truck purchase. The pickup truck market is currently facing a crisis of unprecedented scale, with a perfect storm of factors combining to create a situation that many industry experts never saw coming. It all started with an overestimation of demand. During the pandemic, manufacturers ramped up production to meet the rising demand for vehicles, especially trucks. People were buying more cars than ever before, spurred by remote work, pent-up demand, and a desire for larger, more versatile vehicles. With an influx of government stimulus money and a booming real estate market, it seemed like the sky was the limit for pickup sales. But what the manufacturers failed to predict was the rapid slowdown in the economy, the rising interest rates, and the sudden shift in consumer behavior. As the economy began to cool and inflation took hold, the market for new trucks started to contract. Interest rates on car loans climbed, making it harder for the average consumer to afford the large monthly payments that come with buying a new pickup. Manufacturers were caught in a bind. They had flooded the market with production, but the demand was no longer there. By the end of 2024, dealerships were sitting on an estimated 600,000 unsold trucks nationwide, most of which had been sitting in lots for months, collecting dust. At the same time, the dealers were struggling with inventory and rising overhead costs, especially as the economic climate worsened. Some had even resorted to parking trucks on vacant land or renting space in nearby shopping centers just to fit all the vehicles they couldn't sell. But why is this crisis affecting pickups so dramatically? The answer lies in several key factors. First, the cost of owning a pickup truck has surged. Rising interest rates, combined with increasing prices on everything from labor to raw materials, meant that manufacturers had to pass those costs onto the consumer. A new Ford F-150, once a reasonably affordable choice for many buyers, now costs tens of thousands of dollars more than it did just a few years ago. While many buyers could once comfortably afford these vehicles, the ballooning monthly payments and interest rates have made them a luxury for most middle-class Americans. The affordability gap is widening, pushing many potential buyers out of the market. Second, there is a growing shift in consumer preferences. While pickups were once the go-to choice for a large swath of buyers, ranging from contractors to suburban families, the economic slowdown has forced people to reconsider their priorities. Gas prices have also been volatile, and with many pickups requiring higher fuel consumption, the allure of owning a large, fuel-guzzling vehicle has dimmed for many buyers. Companies that were once heavy buyers of fleet trucks are now scaling back on orders, and many have been liquidating older models to cope with the slowdown. Rental agencies, which were also big customers of new trucks, have begun to reduce their fleets significantly, further contributing to the glut in the market. Dealerships, on the other hand, are desperate to offload inventory before the end of the fiscal quarter. The backlog of trucks is so overwhelming that many dealers are offering huge discounts, sometimes as much as 25-30% off the MSRP, just to get these trucks off their lots. This is unheard of in a market that traditionally valued pickups as premium products with strong resale value. At the same time, dealerships are also adding incentives such as free maintenance, 0% financing for up to 72 months, and even trade-in bonuses to entice reluctant buyers. This environment has given rise to a unique opportunity for savvy buyers. The combination of deep discounts, financing deals, and the sheer number of unsold trucks has led to a buyer's market unlike anything seen in decades. For a brief moment in time, it's as if the balance of power has shifted away from the dealer and directly into the hands of the consumer. It's a situation that many buyers thought would never come again. Yet here we are at a crossroads where the buyer can drive a hard bargain and get a deal that was once unimaginable. However, as with any crisis, there are risks involved. While prices have dropped, they could rise again soon if the market starts to stabilize. Manufacturers may slow production or raise prices in response to the pressure dealers are under, meaning that the window for taking advantage of these discounts could be closing faster than we think. For now, though, this is a rare opportunity to secure a truck at a fraction of its typical cost, with the added benefit of perks and services that would have once seemed too good to be true. In this environment, buyers who are able to navigate the market with knowledge and foresight could walk away with significant savings and an incredible deal on a brand new, nearly new, or even lightly used truck. But as always, timing is key, and the clock is ticking on this once-in-a-lifetime chance to strike a deal in the world of pickups. The economic factors driving the current truck market crisis are more complex than they might initially appear. Rising interest rates, inflation, and tightening access to credit have created a perfect storm that has forced both consumers and businesses to rethink their purchasing decisions. One of the most significant forces at play is the surge in interest rates, which have nearly doubled over the past year. The Federal Reserve's attempts to combat inflation have led to a sharp increase in borrowing costs. As a result, the cost of financing a new pickup truck has become prohibitively expensive for many potential buyers. For instance, a consumer who could have once secured a loan for a new Ford F-150 at an interest rate of 3.5% in 2020 is now facing rates upwards of 7.5%, an increase that adds thousands of dollars and interest over the life of the loan. This shift in financing terms has made it increasingly difficult for the average middle-class family to afford a new truck, especially considering the already high sticker prices. The higher interest rates are not just affecting consumer loans. They're also impacting businesses that rely on truck purchases for fleet expansion. Companies that used to rely on credit to acquire new vehicles for their operations are now scaling back or postponing fleet upgrades due to rising financing costs. In fact, a recent survey of small and medium-sized businesses revealed that over 40% of them were planning to reduce their truck fleet investments this year, directly contributing to the oversupply of trucks on dealer lots. With fewer trucks being purchased by these businesses, the glut of unsold vehicles has only worsened. But the effects of high interest rates are just one part of the story. Inflation, which has been relentlessly pushing up the costs of materials, labor, and transportation, has made trucks more expensive to produce. Automakers have been forced to pass these costs on to consumers, resulting in prices that are simply too high for many people to justify. What's worse, some manufacturers, particularly in the full-size pickup category, have been forced to push the boundaries of affordability. Trucks that would normally be within reach for the average American buyer are now pushing $50,000 or more, with high-end models crossing the $80,000 mark. At these prices, the average consumer is finding themselves priced out of the market. Even businesses that would typically purchase several trucks per year are finding themselves tightening their belts, delaying purchases, or opting for cheaper, used vehicles instead. As new trucks become less accessible, the demand for used pickups has surged. Many consumers are opting for pre-owned vehicles instead, capitalizing on lower prices in the used truck market. A study conducted last year showed that the average price of a 3-year-old Ford F-150 had increased by 20% compared to the previous year, as buyers sought to avoid the crippling costs of new trucks. As more and more businesses and consumers turn to the used market, the pressure on new truck sales has intensified, creating a snowball effect that has pushed production levels even higher. While this has been a boon for those in the market for used trucks, it has only served to exacerbate the supply problem for new pickups. In turn, automakers are facing a dilemma. They are stuck with overproduction and are being forced to lower prices just to move inventory. However, many buyers have become wary of purchasing new trucks, knowing that they can wait and potentially pick up a great deal on a lightly used model or even buy a used truck at a fraction of the cost. But it's not just the individual consumer who is feeling the impact. Large corporations that operate fleets of trucks, such as logistics companies and construction firms, are also feeling the squeeze. With truck prices at record highs, many of these companies are holding off on major fleet upgrades or are opting for more fuel-efficient, smaller vehicles. This shift has led to a further slowdown in truck purchases and added more trucks to the oversaturated market. The inability of businesses to upgrade their fleets has meant that there is little to no demand for new trucks in certain sectors, leaving manufacturers with an inventory backlog that continues to grow. This has forced dealers to resort to drastic measures, including offering trade-in bonuses, 0% financing for extended periods, and throwing in free maintenance packages to sweeten the deal. While this may sound like a great deal for consumers, it's clear that dealers are losing money in an effort to unload inventory. Despite these drastic measures, the economic reality remains unchanged. The trucks are not selling as quickly as anticipated, and the situation is only getting worse. In conclusion, the interplay of rising interest rates, inflation, and the tightening of credit has made it more difficult for average consumers and businesses alike to purchase new trucks. As a result, the supply of new vehicles has far outstripped demand, creating a market where deals and discounts are more common than ever before. However, while these conditions may benefit buyers in the short term, they also reveal the deep economic challenges faced by both consumers and the automotive industry. The road to recovery may be long, but for now, buyers have the upper hand. The truck market crisis has led to a cascade of unique opportunities for buyers, resulting in a shift in power where the buyer is now in control. Overproduction and a combination of economic factors have created a situation where prices are plummeting and dealers are desperately trying to unload trucks at any cost. For the savvy consumer, this is translated into an unprecedented buyer's market, with dealerships drowning in unsold inventory. Consumers can now negotiate deals that would have been unimaginable a year ago. As the trucks continue to pile up on lots across the country, buyers are finding themselves in a position to make deals that only the wealthiest buyers were able to secure in the past. In many cases, dealers are offering discounts so deep that it's hard to believe they're real. Some reports have indicated discounts on specific models like the Chevrolet Silverado and Ram 1500, with savings reaching up to 20-30% off the MSRP. This is a far cry from the usual 5 to 10% that buyers might expect under normal circumstances. But it's not just about discounts. Many dealers are also throwing in additional perks like free oil changes, complimentary maintenance for up to 3 years, and even extended warranties, all of which add significant value to an already great deal. In certain cases, buyers are walking away with new trucks for less than what they would have paid for a used one just 6 months ago. But that's not all. Financing terms have also become incredibly attractive. Dealers are offering 0% financing, sometimes for up to 72 months, a deal that used to be reserved only for the most elite credit scores. Given the current state of the market, even buyers with less than perfect credit have found themselves qualifying for favorable loan terms. What's even more remarkable is that, unlike previous years when the best deals were often limited to certain models or trims, the discounts and financing offers are being applied across the board. Whether you're interested in a Ford F-150, a GMC Sierra, or a Ram 2500, the deals are flowing in abundance. However, while these deals are certainly advantageous for consumers, they are also a symptom of the larger crisis that dealerships are facing. The overproduction that has plagued the industry has led to an oversaturation of the market, with too many vehicles for too few buyers. As the months drag on and sales figures continue to lag behind expectations, dealerships have no choice but to become more aggressive in their sales tactics. Some of the biggest names in the industry are finding themselves struggling to keep up with the excess inventory. A recent survey revealed that Ford and Chevrolet alone were sitting on more than 300,000 unsold pickups across North America. This is not just a small hiccup. It's a systemic issue that is likely to take months, if not years, to resolve. In an effort to maintain profitability, many dealerships have resorted to renting out parking spaces in nearby shopping centers or even leasing abandoned factories to store the influx of unsold trucks. It's a desperate measure, but it's one that highlights just how severe the crisis has become. For consumers, though, this is a golden opportunity. The longer the trucks sit unsold, the deeper the discounts get, and the more willing dealers become to negotiate. It's a situation that's unlikely to be repeated anytime soon, making this an ideal time for anyone in the market for a new truck to take advantage of the downturn. For many buyers, the surge in used truck sales has also played a significant role in this market shift. With so many nearly new vehicles flooding the market, buyers have been able to find pre-owned trucks in excellent condition for far less than they would have paid for a new one. As new truck prices soar due to the ongoing crisis, used vehicles have become an attractive alternative for those looking to save money. In fact, a significant portion of the vehicles that dealerships are now selling are pre-owned models that were once part of rental or fleet operations. These trucks are often only a few years old and have minimal wear and tear, but they are being sold at prices that are as much as 25% lower than new truck prices. In some cases, buyers are able to secure nearly new vehicles with less than 20,000 miles for a fraction of the cost of a brand new model. Despite these bargains, there are still concerns regarding the long-term stability of the truck market. While buyers are certainly benefiting from the overproduction and the glut of unsold vehicles, there are underlying issues that may cause the market to stabilize sooner than expected. Manufacturers, many of which are already operating at reduced profit margins, are beginning to adjust production schedules and ramp up efforts to reduce the excess inventory. Once that happens, prices will likely start to rise again, and the deals that are so prevalent now will become much harder to come by. Additionally, the ongoing supply chain issues and the rising cost of materials are not expected to subside anytime soon, which means that even if manufacturers cut back on production, the cost of building new trucks will remain high, potentially pushing prices back up across the board. Despite these potential challenges, there is still room for optimism. In the short term, the truck market is as much of a buyer's paradise as it's ever been. But even beyond that, the current situation may mark a shift in consumer behavior that could reshape the truck market for years to come. As interest in electric trucks continues to rise, automakers are investing heavily in electric pickups, like the Ford F-150 Lightning and the Chevrolet Silverado EV. While these models have been slow to move off the lot due to concerns about charging infrastructure and the price premium, dealers are starting to offer steep discounts and incentives to get electric trucks into the hands of customers. The growing availability of charging stations and the increasing interest in sustainability could very well make electric trucks the next big thing, and savvy buyers are already eyeing these vehicles as their next purchase. In the coming years, the shift toward electric trucks could fundamentally alter the landscape of the truck market and reduce the reliance on traditional gasoline-powered pickups. As for the future, while there are certainly challenges ahead, it's clear that the truck market is undergoing a profound transformation. The oversupply, paired with shifting consumer preferences and the increasing availability of electric options, has made this one of the most interesting periods in the truck market in decades. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient electric truck or a discounted gasoline-powered model, now is the time to act. But don't wait too long. Things are likely to change rapidly, and what seems like an amazing deal today might not be available tomorrow. The truck market is changing fast, and for buyers, that's both a challenge and an opportunity. The balance of power is shifting, and right now, the buyers are in the driver's seat.